And here we are, guys. Here we go with a special day, a magic day for football fans because we are entering into the official draw from Miami, live streaming here on my channel of the FIFA Club World Cup 2025. A magic moment because it's a special competition, is something absolutely new that we're going to experience in summer 2025. So obviously we are now all fully focused on the leagues, on the Champions League, the Europa League, the Conference League, the domestic leagues, the domestic cups, and everything. But then at the end of the season, we are going to have this fantastic moment, this fantastic experience with the Clubs World Cup. It's going to be new, it's going to be special. We are all very curious to see what's going to happen, what kind of approach we will see, who is going to win, of course, what kind of surprise we will have, as always, in these big competitions involving clubs and teams from several parts of the world, from all over the world, actually. So now we will recap a bit the pods, and so we will be able to see everything about that and to have the full overview of the draw. So guys, we're here preparing everything. Remember that in almost 10-15 minutes we will be starting. Obviously we will have some guests here on the stream joining me to comment everything with you, to be on point with you on every single detail. So soon we will have all of them joining us. I was checking all the pots of the draw. Remember, we are starting in a few minutes, so we will be ready with all the details. But just to remind you, all the single pots. So let's go step by step. Let's touch team by team on what's next, what's going to happen. Remember that tonight, if you are in Europe, today, if you are in any other part of the world, you know that we are going to have the 8 groups for the FIFA Clubs World Cup. Then, obviously, from there, we will enter into the following stage of the competition. But the groups are always, as usual, crucial to understand what's going to happen, what kind of games we will have. Remember that this is going to take place in the United States, so it's going to be super special. The start of everything is going to be from Miami. Actually, the last team to qualify was from Brazil because they won the Copa Libertadores, but we know that Inter Miami also recently qualified to the Club World Cup after the result they had in the regular season of the MLS, Inter Miami with Leo Messi and with a new coach like Javier Mascherano. So it's going to be a special moment for them. Here we have all the pots, and so let's go one by one, touching on the teams. Pot number 1, we have Manchester City. So for Man City, it's obviously going to be a massive competition. Man City won everything under Pep Guardiola several times. Pep was showing that number 6 at Anfield over the weekend. So I'm sure he will be hungry for more. It's not an easy season for Manchester City so far, but we learned with our experience how important it is to wait, no? When you have a top team like Man City, a top roster, a top coach, obviously, like Pep, a top coaching staff, everything is fantastic at Man City. So the second part of the season can be way different. Don't judge Man City in the first part of the season. And this competition, the Clubs World Cup, will be obviously a big ambition for Pep Guardiola. Again, who won everything. Man City won everything. To have the opportunity to win this trophy will be something special for Man City, and so for sure they are among the favorites to win this trophy. When we talk about favorites, if there is a competition, if there is a trophy, you have to mention Real Madrid. Real Madrid will be there, of course. Real Madrid will be in pot number 1. So also for Real Madrid, not an easy start to the season. They also lost yesterday to Athletic. But I repeat the same concept I was sharing about Manchester City, also about Real Madrid. Never forget about Real Madrid power in the second part of the season. So it's so easy to judge in November, in December, in October, but then when we enter the crucial months of the season, we know how Real Madrid are always able to make big surprises, and so also in the Clubs World Cup for Real Madrid is going to be a big ambition. Ambition also for Bayern with a new coach this season, Vincent Kompany. So the history of Bayern, we know very well about that, how they won everything, and to have the opportunity to compete in this special moment for the FIFA Clubs World Cup is going to be something that for Bayern is going to be massive. Also today, the president of Bayern, Herbert Hainer, confirmed obviously their ambition because they got eliminated from the domestic cup, the DFB Pokal, a few days ago by Bayer Leverkusen, which had Alonso as a coach. So for Bayern, the Clubs World Cup will be an important target. Of course, there is the Bundesliga, of course, there is the Champions League with the final in Munich, but then the FIFA Clubs World Cup is a target as well as for Paris Saint-Germain, another club in the pot number 1. So for PSG, Also quite a complicated start of the season in Champions League. In Ligue 1, they are still in control and doing very well. In Champions League, still working on their results to be in a better place at the end of the competition. But for PSG, the Clubs World Cup is also going to be an important target. Pod number 1, we touch on 2 teams from Brazil, Palmeiras and Flamengo. Palmeiras have an excellent talent. William Estevao, who scored yesterday night a wonderful free kick, who's going to join Chelsea after 2025, the end of the season 24-25. So for William Estevao will be a special opportunity with the Palmeiras. And then there is Flamengo, of course, well deserved to be in pot number 1 for Flamengo. They did excellent in the recent years in Brazil and in South America in general. And so also for Flamengo, this big opportunity. River Plate are also there. So River Plate pot number 1 with the coach, the legendary coach of River Plate, Marcelo Gallardo, who returned from Saudi Arabia to have the opportunity to have this chance again with River Plate to win. And the World Cup will be a chance also for Marcelo Gallardo to show once again how good he is, not just on the domestic stage of Argentina, of South America, but also on the international stage, in this case at the Clubs World Cup FIFA. And then Fluminense. To complete the 3 Brazilian teams in the pot number 1, Fluminense will be there. Then you remember, obviously, guys, for Fluminense, when we talk about players having a special experience, you say Fluminense, you say Thiago Silva. So for Thiago, it's going to be super special. Another player who won everything, Champions League master Thiago Silva, a player who always left a fantastic memory. Before we have our first guest, we will also talk some Spanish. I will be translating in English for you, of course, and we will touch on several things. Then, obviously, with the draw, we will be here. A few minutes is just a warm-up for us. On here, pot number 2, we mentioned Thiago Silva, we mentioned Chelsea. So Chelsea will be there, pot number 2. For Chelsea is a fantastic start of the season. Probably unexpected. Many people were not expecting Chelsea to perform at this level, but Enzo Maresca is doing a fantastic job. They're scoring many goals. So it's Cole Palmer, it's Noni Madueke, it's João Felix, it's Nicolas Jackson, it's Christopher Nkunku. They have a lot of quality, not just with the attackers in the midfield. If you think of Moi Caicedo, if you think of Enzo Fernandez, Romeo Lavia. So Chelsea are building for the future, but also for the present. Second in the Premier League. Borussia Dortmund, well deserved. They were in the Champions League final last season, quite unlucky in the league so far, but they have a very good roster, a very good coach in Nuri Sahin, very good players. They signed Kirassi, so an ambitious project. Borussia Dortmund, pot number 2. Inter from Italy, Internazionale Milano, will be there in pot number 2 after winning the second star last season with the coach Simone Inzaghi doing an excellent job also in Champions League the season before. Inter were in the final against Manchester City. So for Inter, it's been an ambitious moment of their history, and they will be tonight in pot number 2. They are champions of Italy, but in this moment in Serie A is Napoli leading. Napoli will not be there. Who's going to be there is Porto with a new president, André Villas-Boas, very ambitious on the market. They signed a top striker like Samu Morodion from Atletico Madrid, who are also there in the pot number 2. Atleti, after a difficult start of the season, are coming back, so doing quite well in La Liga. Important wins in the Champions League recently, so Atletico Madrid are returning to their level. They signed very well in the summer, Juli Alvarez, Conor Gallagher, Robin Lenormand, and many others. So it's been an ambitious summer for Atletico Madrid, and for El Cholo Simeone, the opportunity to win again. And in a few minutes, the first guest will be Matteo Moreto, who will talk some Spanish. He's very expert about the Spanish football, and so Atletico Madrid for sure will be one of the points to touch before the start of the draw. Pot number 2, just to complete, Salzburg, always trusting young players. So for Salzburg will be a nice opportunity. For Benfica too. Benfica are always producing many players. We can mention many who have been part of Benfica project, but Benfica also have the potential record man, assist man in the history of the Champions League. Angel Di Maria just missing one more, and he will be the record man in the assist of the Champions League. Legend of the game, 37 years old, Angel Di Maria El Fideo, who will be fully focused on this opportunity because he retired from international football. He's not playing with Argentina anymore. So imagine after winning the World Cup with Argentina, what kind of opportunities for him to try, do something special in the clubs, World Cup, also with Benfica. And then Juventus. Juventus will be there. Juventus with a new coach, Thiago Motta, with new players, with many changes, quite unlucky with the injuries. They lost many players in the first part of the season, but Juventus are always Juventus. They signed very well in some cases, like with Francisco Conceição. They are producing different kind of football compared to what they did in the recent years. And so for Juventus, also the chance to return on international stage at the FIFA Clubs World Cup with the ambition, obviously, to win. Now, before going into pot number 3 and pot number 4, I'm waiting for Matteo to connect. I think we're almost there, but just quickly, pot number 3, Al Hilal doing fantastic in Saudi for years. The goals of Mitrovic, the magic of Neymar Jr. and many others who will be there with Al Hilal. Ulsan from Korea, Al Ahly from Egypt, Wydad from Morocco, Monterrey from Mexico. The passion of Mexico could be one of the factors also in the FIFA Clubs World Cup, on the pitch, but also out of the pitch, where the passion of the fans is going to be a crucial part. Club Leon, also from Mexico, Boca Juniors, nothing left to say, Boca is always Boca, so the magic of Boca, the incredible passion of their fans, Boca Juniors will be there and will be with ambition, and we will see again on international stage Edinson Cavani, who is always a fantastic one to see. Botafogo, of course, after the super special win they got recently, so for Botafogo it's a big opportunity, and now we are set to welcome Matteo here with us before the start of the draw. Pot number 4, just quickly, from Japan, Urawa Red Diamonds, Al Ain from UAE, then Espérance Sportive de Tunisie from Tunisia, of course, Mamelodi Sundowns, then Pachuca from Mexico, Seattle Sounders from the United States, from the MLS, Auckland City from New Zealand, and, of course, Inter Miami, Javier Mascherano, new coach, replacing Tata Martino, Leo Messi, who is going to be, for sure, one of the big, legendary faces of this special tournament. So we are getting ready for the tournament. Before that, we go switch a bit to Spanish with Mateo Moreto. Mate, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué tal?
¿Qué tal, Fabri? ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal estás? Muy bien, muy bien. Listo para el sorteo.
Claro, y vamos a hablar un poco español, luego voy un poco traduciendo también, pero quería tener un poco el feeling también de esta parte, ¿no? Porque siempre hablamos mucho inglés, we always talk a lot English and about the English clubs, about the European clubs, but in Europe and also in South America, we also have obviously a big presence of Spanish speakers, and so this FIFA Club World Cup is also going to be about that, the passion of Spanish speakers from South America, from Spain. Mate, un poco el feeling que tienes sobre este mundial en general, que va a ser muy importante, ¿no? Para equipos de España como Real Madrid y Atleti, y también para equipos de Sudamérica va a ser algo muy importante. Boca, River, ¿cómo lo ves este mundial? ¿Cuál es la ambición, especialmente de los clubes de España, sobre eso?
Bueno, tengo mucha ilusión porque creo que va a ser una pequeña liga con mucha competencia. Hay clubes muy buenos, hay los mejores clubes del mundo. Bueno, yo claramente estoy más atento a lo que puede pasar con los equipos españoles. Es que estamos hablando de Real Madrid, que es pura leyenda de este fútbol, con un entrenador que ha ganado 5 Champions, o sea, el mejor de todos en este sentido, y otro club como el Atlético de Madrid, que tiene una leyenda en su banquilla, porque el Cholo Simeone al final, o sea, ha dirigido al Atleti por 909 partidos, así que estamos hablando de un rey a nivel de entrenadores, como leyenda del club, así que creo que va a ser muy ilusionante, Fabri, me gustará muchísimo.
Eso seguro, Matteo was talking about the point also of the managers, no? Because we always talk about the players, we always talk about the clubs, but also the managers will be big figures of this Club World Cup. And so Carlo Ancelotti, obviously we are Italians, so to see the impact of Ancelotti also in international stage is always a pleasure. Imagine in this case with the FIFA Club World Cup, and then for Atletico Madrid, when you say Atletico Madrid, as Matteo was saying, you say Diego Simeone, you say El Cholo, and so imagine how many games he managed as Atletico Madrid coach. Now will be one more big opportunity. Then, guys, also wanted to discuss with Matteo a bit the ambition of these two clubs, no? Because before we are entering and the draw is about to start, just quickly, quería preguntarte un poco, ¿cómo ves la actitud del Real Madrid para entrar en este mundial? Claro, Real Madrid siempre es ganar, ganar y ganar, así que la obsesión va a ser de ganar incluso este mundial, pero no ha sido un principio de temporada tan fácil, muchísimas lesiones para Real Madrid, pero el Madrid va a seguir peleando. ¿Cómo ves un poco la posición de Real Madrid para este mundial? ¿Cómo crees que puede llegar?
Bueno, yo creo que Real Madrid, como, como has dicho tú, Fabri, ha nacido para ganar. Entonces, el objetivo es ganar y no hay otras. Si no gana al final, los aficionados del Madrid lo ven como un fracaso. Entonces, tienes que ganar. Si vistes estas camisetas, bueno, esta camiseta como la de Real Madrid tiene que ganar. Yo creo que el principio de temporada para Real Madrid ha sido con altibajos, buenas victorias, pero también la de ayer ha perdido contra el Athletic Club de Bilbao, así que es una plantilla con muchísima calidad, también con jugadores muy jóvenes, porque al final Camavinga tiene 22 años, Bellingham tiene 21, Arda 19, Hendrik 18. O sea, es una plantilla con una buena mezcla, pero yo creo que aún, sobre todo Mbappé, porque claro, el tema es Mbappé, Mbappé tiene que ser parte de
Conectarse un
esta
poco, ¿no?
familia,
Sí, sí,
conectarse un poco más y bueno, el objetivo del Madrid va a ser ganar, así que no hay otras.
claro.
Y bueno,
Claro.
del Atlético de
This,
Madrid,
this
si quieres,
this is for sure.
hablamos luego.
This is for sure.
Claro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We will talk also about Atleti in a minute. While guys, don't worry, we will be actually streaming the draw. So now they are preparing everything. They are doing the countdown, and then we will start streaming the draw. But as Matteo was saying, for Real Madrid was not an easy start of the season for the injuries, but then also many youngsters, many young players. We don't have to forget that Bellingham is still 21. Obviously, last season he was one of the best players in the world, but he's still 21. Arda Güler, Hendrik, and many others. Then there is the connection of Kylian Mbappe with this new life, this new adventure of Real Madrid. So probably to arrive at the end of the season will give them even a bit more of experience of the meaning of what it means to be a Real Madrid player, to enter into a World Cup and try to make the impact they can absolutely do, because Real Madrid will be there to win. And I also wanted to touch on Atletico Madrid before we let Matteo go back to work, because Atletico Madrid is also in a different moment of their season. The start of the season was also complicated for Atletico Madrid. They had some problems. They were probably not in the best shape also physically. Then they won that game with Paris Saint-Germain, and all of a sudden everything changed around Atletico Madrid. So the feeling is different now. We can see how Atleti is in a different moment, competing very well in La Liga, back on track in Champions League. And Atletico Madrid will be there in the Club World Cup also to show how good is their team. Qué bueno es el equipo del Atleti, porque al final fichó muy bien este verano, fichó a Robbie Lenormand, claro, fichó a Julián Álvarez, que es un jugador fenomenal, que sabe que es ganar un mundial, claro, lo
Es,
ganó con Argentina, en este caso va a ser con el Atleti, Conor Gallagher, que es uno de mis fichajes favoritos del mercado en todo el mundo. Así que, ¿cómo ves la ambición del Atleti al entrar en esta oportunidad de ganar un mundial?
Bueno, yo creo que si el Madrid tiene que ganar, el Atlético de Madrid tiene que competir. Yo creo que el Atleti tiene que competir como lo está haciendo, bueno, desde hace años y lo sigue haciendo durante esta temporada porque va tercero a un punto de Real Madrid en la tabla de la liga. Como has dicho tú, yo creo que el mercado que acaba de cerrarse este verano ha sido un mercado que ha mejorado mucho la plantilla del Atleti. Sobre todo, bueno, Julián sabe lo que es ganar, porque lo ha ganado todo y está aportando goles, pero también experiencia en lo que es ganar. Entonces hay partidos donde el Atleti a lo mejor sufre, como siempre ha sufrido en su vida, pero luego gana con un gol de Julián a final de partido, o bueno, sabe lo que es sufrir y sabe lo que es ganar. Hay jugadores con mucha experiencia en el Atlético de Madrid porque hay pilares como Coque, Llorente, Oblak, Griezmann, Correa, que saben qué es el estilo del Atlético de Madrid, saben qué quiere el Cholo y cómo quiere competir el Cholo. Así que es una buenísima mezcla y yo creo que puede ser una sorpresa muy interesante también para el Mundial de Clubes.
And what Mate was saying is that they could be a surprise, and I agree, because they have a very good new additions like Conor Gallagher, like Julian Alvarez, and all the players we mentioned, but they also have players who know very well what Cholo Simeone wants from this team, like he was mentioning Koke, but obviously Antoine Griezmann. Also, Griezmann, to be honest, is a player I can't wait to see at the club's World Cup FIFA 2025, because Griezmann won the World Cup with France. And probably, I think one of the important factors is the physical shape that the players will have at the end of the season entering into the World Cup. And similar to Angel Di Maria, also Antoine Griezmann retired from international football, so he's not playing with France anymore. He can rest a bit more now during the season. He can have the opportunity to also be in a better shape when it's going to be time to compete for the Clubs World Cup. And this could be a factor because we know how important is the number of games we have right now. So to enter into the World Cup in good physical shape is going to be very important. And Griezmann is leadership, is quality, and could be a crucial player. Of course, we said about Julian, we said about De Paul. We know how many good players they have at Atletico Madrid. But as Matte was saying, also the experience of those who know what does it mean for Cholo Simeone is going to be important. So, Matte, we are entering into the draw. Thank you. Gracias por tu apoyo y para entrar. Y nada, estamos en contacto
Gracias,
como siempre.
Fabri. Enhorabuena
Gracias,
y
un abrazo.
disfruta del sorteo. Chao, chao, chao.
Gracias, estamos. Ciao, 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 ciao. And here we are, guys, because we are about to start. We touch a bit on the Spanish clubs with Matteo. So Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona are not there, of course, but Barca will be competing for the future FIFA Club World Cup. They are doing fantastic in La Liga with Hansi Flick. They won the last game after a complicated November, but in general, the overview is very positive. About clubs who will be there is going to be important also to see what's happening, for example, at Chelsea. We mentioned before how Chelsea are improving a lot in this stage of the league, but for Chelsea in general, the ambition is to compete. The ambition is to be very competitive on the international stage. They are in Conference League this season. They are killing the Conference League. They're doing fantastic there. So the expectation is for them to be there to win the trophy, but also in Premier League, they're doing very well. So many players developing, and the strong feelings that Chelsea will be there to do something special after they already did something special in their history in European competition, in international competitions, and this World Cup will also be crucial. Meanwhile, I'm told that also the people from the management of Inter and Juventus have just arrived there in Miami attending the draw. Javier Zanetti and Alessandro Antonello for Inter, Francesco Calvo, Stefan Lichtsteiner, the former right back for Juventus, and then all the other directors for the club around Europe ready for this special moment. Then when it's about the World Cup, I think one of the crucial points is going to be, especially on this draw, about the experience of the players. We were mentioning that for Atletico Madrid. We can mention that also for how important is going to be the experience on some players, also for Bayern staying in pot number one, because Bayern are working on many contract extensions. You know, guys, I always put some transfers into my updates I'm giving you because, okay, we are here for the draw, but also the market will be one of the crucial points for this FIFA Club World Cup to understand what kind of teams will enter into this competition. So contracts will be very important. A few minutes ago, the president of Bayern, Herbert Hainer, confirms the big confidence and optimism on Bayern's side to extend the contract of Jamal Musiala. So conversations advancing, and from what I'm told, at very, very advanced stages to extend the contract of Jamal Musiala with Bayern. He will be one of the stars for this special World Cup with the Bayern shirt, while you can see here on stage why and how we are about to start. So preparing everything. And starting to cook this big draw. I'm really curious to see what's going to happen. I'm really curious to see what's going to happen, what kind of games we will have. Really looking forward to this opportunity to see all these big clubs against each other also in the summer when we are at the end of the competitions.
You are the perfect star to kick things off in style. Thank you very much. So how can I compete?
We are getting ready, as you can see.
Okay, so as you just heard, football truly does unite the world. And this beautiful, dynamic city will provide the perfect backdrop for the opening match. I'm your host, Samantha Johnson, and welcome to the very first FIFA Club World Cup draw. Now, it's a tournament that will take club football into a new era. And the man who's been the driving force behind it is, of course, the FIFA president, Gianni Infantino.
It is Gianni Infantino, FIFA president, getting ready. He was in Miami a few weeks ago in October to announce and confirm how everything was going to start from there, starting from Miami.
Dear friends, what an emotion it is to be here after this sound, this music, the Miami vibe. This is joy, this is happiness, this is love, this is football or soccer, call it as you want.
Gianni Infantino introducing
And
a
yes,
special
yes,
moment in
football
Miami.
unites the world. This is a historic day because today marks the day of the draw of the first ever FIFA Club World Cup. Now, football united the world through the World Cup, the men's World Cup since 1930, the women's World Cup since 1991, but what was missing was something for club football to determine who is the best club in the world. We have it now, the FIFA Club World Cup, which starts a new era in club football. It's about inclusivity, it's about bringing clubs from all over the world, the 32 best clubs and best players from all over the world together in the United States from 15th of June to 13th of July 2025 to determine which one is truly the best in the world. And of course, to do this, we'll have 11 beautiful cities here in the United States of America, 12 fantastic stadiums, great teams, great fans, 2, 3, 4 million fans will be coming to the US. 4, 5 billion will be watching it from home, and this is possible as well thanks to our revolutionary agreement that we just signed with DAZN. I would like to thank Len and Shai. Thank you very much.
It's also important, guys, remember that the games will be for free.
For the
will
first
be
time in
streamed for free on DAZN for Summer 25.
Fans, every single fan from every corner of the world to watch every second of every match live and for free from wherever he is. So enjoy the best. Make sure that you take your friends and family to enjoy the best, ideally here in America, if not from home, but you will have great, great fun. And the kickoff of all of this is today, where we determine the draw and the path to glory for these 32 fantastic teams. Now, before I conclude, I would like to make you see a short message from a very, very special friend who is also a big, big fan, who would have loved to be with us today, couldn't, but will be with us very, very soon. Please have a look at the video.
The FIFA Club World Cup is underway now with the official draw, and I just want to wish everybody a good evening and a good time. And the event is going to be incredible. I will try and be there if I can. I would. We'll see what happens, but I just want to say you're led by a man named Gianni. I just know him as Gianni, and he's a winner. And he's the president, and I'm the president, and we've known each other a long time. And I'm so honored to have this kind of a relationship because soccer is going through the roof, as everybody knows. It's been doing fantastically well. My son, Baron, is a tremendous soccer fan. He's actually a good player. I guess not quite that kind of good, but he's a very good player. But he loves soccer, and it really has taken over the United States in terms of a sport. And I congratulate everybody, but in particular, I wish you to have a good time. And I want to say my highest regards and respect to Johnny. And it's an honor to be with you, and we'll be with you very soon. And we're going to be watching the World Cup, very importantly, also very soon. And I was very responsible, along with Johnny, in getting it. And it's going to be a fantastic thing. Thank you, and have a good time.
Announcement from Donald Trump also, President of the United States.
Wow.
Now Gianni Infantino is going to complete everything, and then, guys, we enter into the draw. We are almost there. It's time for the odds. It's time for the draw.
In America, we heard it from himself. We were saying it for a while, but now it's acted, it's official, it's legislation. Soccer is going through the roof. Let me also thank the first family for being here with Ivanka Trump, Jared Kushner, and Theo here with us today. Thank you very much. Thanks for being here. Good. I think that's it for me.
Yeah, no, but you're going to stay on the stage with me. Don't leave me. Don't leave me, just you stay with me. Okay. So again, thank you for your lovely words. And today is certainly a huge milestone on the road to the tournament. And we are delighted to be joined by so many of the world's best clubs on this special occasion. Now, the countdown is on. We're only 6 months away from the greatest and most inclusive global club competition of all time.
There we are.
Video produced by them, getting ready 6 months for the Clubs World Cup. And so, guys, remember that it's going to be, as Gianni Infantino was mentioning, July 2025, United States. So that's going to be the stage. Here we can see some of the clubs, some of the players, some of the logos, some of the big faces of this competition. So we're getting ready, we're almost there. Obviously, we will touch on all the clubs, all the groups. Remember, 8 groups for this draw, and then they will go through the following stages till the final, till the special moment announcing which one is going to be the best club in the world at the end of the competition. Here we can see Hakan Çalhanoğlu, Samu Morodion, here at Boca River, a classical feeling. Always when you have the Super Classico is something very, very special. Nuri Sahin, the new coach of Borussia Dortmund, Karim Adeyemi, the free kick of Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Then Christopher Nkunku, who is doing very well. Vitinha, new contract for him at Paris Saint-Germain, 2029 is imminent. Harry Kane, Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappé, obviously Leo Messi, Edinson Cavani. The names are unbelievable, even if you think of, here is Luis Enrique, who did fantastic for Botafogo. Here we can see the fans. The fans are going to be a crucial part of this fantastic competition. And here we can see Real Madrid. When you talk about winners, you think of Real Madrid, you think of Vini, Jude Bellingham, all of them. They're pictured, and earlier, obviously, Kylian Mbappé. Here, Samu Morodion again, who is doing very well for Porto. The special moment for all the clubs around the world, from Chelsea to Palmeiras to all the others, including, of course, Man City, when they won the Champions League, the treble under Pep Guardiola, beating Inter in Istanbul. And now the Club World Cup 25, powered by FIFA, is ready to start. We are ready to go with the draw.
Hollywood trailer for this incredible tournament right here in the United States of America. 32 teams, 63 matches, 29 days, and for the winner, one unique prize. This golden symbol of greatness will be a global accolade that every player and every fan will dream of seeing their club lift. And for now, for the very first time, we get to see it in public.
It is the trophy, guys. Let's see the trophy. This is one of the big new things announced by FIFA for this FIFA Club World Cup. So, new trophy that you will see lifting at the end of the tournament, of course, July 25. Take it to the world. Let's see this one. History belongs to you. So the trophy, it's going to be one of the parts of this competition. Of course, the ambition to get this trophy while we get ready for the draw. And now they're going to show us this new FIFA branded trophy signed by the president, Gianni Infantino. Already unveiled. If you're following my channels, a few days ago I was showing you their new trophy for this competition. Now for the first time you can see that. You can see what's gonna be the trophy for this competition. Okay, we're almost there.
A Brazilian footballing legend, El Fenomeno himself, Ronaldo.
And here is Ronaldo Nazario, El Fenomeno, together with Gianni Infantino. When you think of winners, international stage, Ronaldo's been one of the greatest for sure, one of the most emotional players you can remind. Was,
okay, gentlemen, if you could do the honors.
Do we have some drums or something? Or?
I think we'll wait for, we love this suspense. Everyone will clap when they need to, okay?
While Ronaldo is showing the trophy with Gianni Infantino, FIFA president, and here we can see it. It's wonderful, It's great. Wow. It's gonna be special. We welcome our guest, second guest of this stream, a big friend of mine, Atif is coming, and so we'll be together commenting for the draw.
Now,
my friend, brother, how are you?
Lifted a few trophies in
Hello, Fabri. All good, all good. How are you doing?
World Cup
all good,
what a show, huh?
Just tell us.
Excited, really excited. Yeah, great show, and excited to see now the draw. We can see the trophy. See, Ronaldo is always emotional as an Italian because it's been one of the best players we saw with our own eyes here in Italy, and not only, of course. It's special. I think there is a special feeling also around the clubs, no, to get ready for this competition. We work obviously into football with different roles, but then the excitement is shared all around the world for this opportunity, for this new competition, for this new view of the competition. So I also wanted to ask you your thoughts on that. How do you see this special new opportunity taking place in summer 25 with the FIFA Club World Cup?
No, 100%. I think first of all, I think it's one great opportunity to see 32 teams, 32 continental teams, because when you're young, when you were watching football, you see a team from this country, you always said, okay, yeah, but if they would play in this league, they would finish fourth or they would become champion. And you're always comparing like different teams, different leagues, and now you can get to see them in one same big competition. So I think that's super positive, super nice. I mean, to see clubs like Inter Miami play African teams, or we even have a team from Oceania, Auckland City, to play against the top teams in Europe. I know we don't really know the differences in quality. I think the European clubs are obviously a little bit stronger, but for example, Brazil with 4 teams, super interesting to see what will happen there as well. Argentina with 2 teams, some Asian teams as well, Korea, Japan. So,
You think
oh
there
no, I
could be
think this should be a
surprises,
party,
maybe? Like we always have this kind of surprises in big competitions, like I don't know, Morocco were special in the last World Cup 22. What they did was unbelievable. Do you think we can have that sort of surprise also in the Clubs World Cup?
I mean, I hope so. I certainly hope so. That's for me. It should become a party of football, and then you have like, as you mentioned, Morocco. Let's take it as an example. Wydad, you always see these videos on YouTube of their crazy fan base. So I think that's fantastic if we would be able to see them and like maybe surprise. Honestly, I don't think the winner could be from any team outside of Europe. Like realistically speaking, because we know they have a lot of quality. But I do certainly like expect like maybe 1 or 2 surprises, maybe in the semifinals, maybe in the quarterfinals. You also don't exactly know how the European teams will play here, so yeah. And also there are a lot of European teams. Like who are you most looking forward to see in this tournament?
To be honest, I'm really curious to see the South American teams. That's the most exciting part of this tournament for me, because sometimes you can see coaches like, for example, I'm a big fan of Marcelo Gallardo, what he did at River Plate, especially in the first part of his chapter at River Plate before returning, was super special. I've always considered him a super modern coach, even ready to make an impact in Europe. Now he has the opportunity, after obviously also working in Saudi, to show to the international stage how good he is as a coach in the tactical point of view, how modern he is, and then the passion of the South American teams, Boca Juniors, River, we know about that, of course, but also the Brazilian teams. The Copa Libertadores final was all Brazilian, and this is showing how Brazilian football is certainly improving. They are investing on players. If you think of players like Thiago Almada, who is a player who can easily play a quarterfinal of the Champions League, is playing the Copa Libertadores with Botafogo and winning the Copa Libertadores with Botafogo. If you think of other players like Luis Enrique, who was a European League player, now decided to go to Brazil, but then you can see the impact. So I think South American teams could be really interesting. I'm really looking forward to see their impact in this competition, and I think this could be one of the most surprising factors that maybe also European clubs will not be that ready to face, because maybe you can arrive a bit tired at the end of the season. In South America, there is different schedule, and so they can have that kind of surprise factor to show to the European teams. Then at the end of the day, I agree with you when you say that European team is going to win the competition. I also back this. I always believe that at the end, as you say, the quality of the roster, how many players they have, is going to make probably the difference. But I don't think it's going to be that easy for the big favorites to make it look like an easy tournament. I win in an easy way. I think it's going to be tough. For several reasons, it's going to be tough, and that's what we want. We want to be entertained, we want to see quality, and I'm sure it's going to happen.
And I think so too. Also, 1 year before the World Cup, in the United States, I think this is also like a great opportunity to already like get a little bit the vibes and to start seeing as well the stadiums in the United States and how they prepare for the big stage. This we say as we see the big
Alex.
Ale Del Piero walking on the stage. You as an Italian, where do you rank Del Piero amongst the Italian greats?
Top
Top
three, top
three?
three, top
Yeah.
five. Yeah, top three or top five. Yeah, then it depends because it's not easy in Italy. When we had some moments where the number tens with Totti, Baggio, Del Piero, we had so many, but Del Piero was magic. And you know what I appreciate about Del Piero, similar to Ronaldo and all the legends we said there today, is that still really super passionate about football, following everything, always commenting, always attending the games, always on stage. And then he's a proper football fan, not only a legend of the game, but also a proper football fan. And when you see this kind of impact, is always amazing. So as an Italian, to see Alex reminds me of another World Cup. To be honest, the 2006. We won with also with Alex Del Piero, of course. That goal he scores against Germany was special for all of us as Italians. But obviously, Ronaldo and Del Piero, they don't need any introduction for us. But I think it's going to be also an opportunity, this Club World Cup, for some players to add some special international magic to their career. There are some players who are attending the competition who maybe didn't shine on the international stage yet, maybe only in the domestic leagues. Now they can have the opportunity to make it even more special. So I think this will also be the point on the single players and also on the single coaches to add something more.
Yeah, 100% agree, Fabrizio, and that's also when we see all the clubs again. And while Gianni Infantino as well explains how the pots are divided, we know that this has been done by the ranking based per continent. So in the first pot we have a few Europeans and a few Brazilians, and then in the other pots it starts mixing up a little bit. So here you see UEFA 1 to 4 and CONMEBOL 1 to 4. So actually, I'm really excited for this one because yeah, I'm just crazy about like these crazy matchups, and I think one name that we should mention definitely is the name of Inter Miami. They're there because they won the Supporters Shield a few months ago in the United States. So Miami as well will be the host city. Inter Miami will play all the games in Miami, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, one of the best players ever. For me, the best player ever. But I know you cannot speak up. You met him a few months ago. How was that?
I was there. I was there in Miami, and I agree actually about the atmosphere. I think it's gonna be special in Miami. The vibe, you know, guys. Even if you are not football fans, you know how special is the vibe of Miami in general. And imagine in football, imagine having a player like Leo Messi, a legend of the game like Leo Messi, is gonna be super super special and unforgettable. So I think we should enjoy these moments because when you have a player like Leo Messi on the pitch, enjoy, guys, enjoy as much as possible. Follow all the games if you can. Go and watch one single game, two games, all the games, whatever you want. If you can do that from home, remember, as we mentioned before, that the games will be streamed for free on the zone, so it's also a big opportunity for all of us to enjoy. But really enjoy these players, enjoy these legends of the game. We mentioned Messi, there is Thiago Silva with Fluminense, there are some legendary players like Angel Di Maria with Benfica. You can think of many of them. I don't know, Manuel Neuer with Bayern, many players, Luka Modric, who are over 35, but we're still making the difference in the game. Enjoy them because, guys, in a few years we will remind of how good they were. So now they have one more opportunity to see them all against each other, international stage. You can go to the stadium, you can see that for free or whatever on the zone. I think it's an incredible opportunity to enjoy. So I'm looking forward to that, to be honest. Because apart from the competition, of course, you support your own club, but to see this player actually on the pitch is always an experience you're going to bring with yourself as a football fan for many and many years. So think of that World Cup final, Messi, Mbappe, that Argentina-France game was unbelievable. Imagine we will have again the opportunity to see all these superstars on stage. Even if they're getting gold, some of them, the magic is still there. So it's going to be great.
Yeah, I find it hard to believe to see Inter Miami reach the final, but of course, football you never know. And for me, it should be, as I said before, also like a football party, and everyone should enjoy as much as possible. You just mentioned as well that people should go to the game or watch at home. Of course, if you decide to go to the game or if you're exploring to go to the game, don't forget we have the link in the chat pinned. So if you're potentially interested in tickets or don't know yet, or maybe the pairings and the match pair ups that you want to see are known after the draw, go to the link in the description and you can register your interest. So that's that. I just want to get the chat a little bit going. just so you know, just to know a little bit, who do you support in the chat? So if you can put it out there, that would be good. And if we can maybe also get a poll out there of who will win the World Cup, the Club World Cup, because it's going to be the first one, Fabrizio. So
Yep.
FIFA officially, they said whatever happened in the past, that was in the past. Now this is a new tournament with a new trophy, with a new setup.
Yes.
The one who will win this Club World Cup will be the first owner of the Club World Cup. So that's also
Yeah.
exciting. Feels like a bit like
Of
going
course.
back in time.
I think this is also putting excitement on, as we mentioned before, the European teams are the big favorites, but even for them, it's even more special to be the first one to get the trophy. So even for, I don't know, Real Madrid, they won hundreds of trophies in the recent years, but to be the first one to win the Club World Cup, and same for Manchester City under Pep Guardiola, they won everything, but you are still there hungry for more and to have the opportunity to be the first one. There are some teams who maybe suffered in the recent years, but just few years ago they were very competitive on international stage, like Chelsea, for example. They had some difficult years now with this new era in the last 2-3 years, but then you can see how this is changing. Now they're doing very well in the Premier League. You can see how the investment they made on young players, they're now producing also very good results. And so it's a chance for Chelsea to say, okay, maybe this season we are in Conference League. We're still looking forward to play Champions League again as soon as possible. But now you have the international stage in 6 months. It's a big competition. It's all the big clubs again. So for Chelsea, is a nice chance to return and return strong. But we could mention really many. Also for Paris Saint-Germain, we know this big target they have to be successful on international stage. This World Cup could make it special for them and for all these new projects they are bringing with many young players, with many French players, with this big identity they're trying to bring, with a coach who already won international stage with Barcelona, like Luis Enrique, who is a serial winner, especially on international stage. So I agree with you. This will also make the competition special for clubs used to win international trophies.
I think also we have to speak about one big name, Real Madrid. If you like them or you don't like them, Kings of Europe, 15 Champions League won. I think they will also keen. I think they'll also be keen to win this thing, especially if it's the first time to also establish themselves as one of the first winners. This is also like the World Cup, going to be played every 4 years. So that adds that little element of making it more special, no? Because you have to wait 4 years, generations pass. Like with the World Cup, if you don't win now, maybe you miss an opportunity. You have to wait 4 years. So I could see this thing becoming a thing, you know.
I agree. Yeah.
If we speak about young players, what's like one player you think could really use this tournament to kickstart his career or to be a
Franco
launchpad?
Mastantuono at River Plate.
You like this guy, huh?
Yeah, I love this guy. He has already closed 45 million euros. Sorry, River fans, if you hate me reminding that, but it's the reality. And enjoy this boy because this kid is really special. In Argentina in the recent years, they produced quite a few good players in terms of potential, quality, magic. That is something that in European football is getting difficult to find. For example, now he's not going to be at the World Cup this year. I'm sure he's going to play many, but Lamine Yamal at Barcelona is finally an example of this magic we find again in football. This kind of street football that we see also on the pitch, actually. I think Franco Mastantuono can be that sort of player. Franco can be a player who can bring you this magic and you can make you feel emotional when you watch a football game. And so my name is Franco Mastantuono. Then we could mention many because obviously there are many teams. It's 32, so imagine how many talents you can have. I think is also a chance for some players who are maybe not having that much game time now. Think, for example, about Hendrik or this kind of players at Real Madrid who obviously have many superstars in front of them in the squad. Now they will have the opportunity also the Club World Cup. Maybe if some of these other players will rotate at some point, you can see these super young stars also shining on the international stage. And so Hendrik is another player I really love, and I'm looking forward to see on international stage and at the Club World Cup for sure. And then Estevao.
Perfect, yeah.
Let me mention Estevao,
Estevao.
because Estevao.
He signed for Chelsea.
Yes. He signed for Chelsea. He's going to be a Chelsea player.
The whole chat box is Chelsea supporters. Like everyone in the chat is Chelsea supporter. Yeah, I think 90%. I see only blue hearts and Chelsea forever. So you have a lot of Chelsea fans, Fabrizio.
Yeah, but because we shared many videos in the recent years about Chelsea with their transfers, I think they signed like 200 players in 2 years. And so, but it's actually curious that I don't see anyone making fun of Chelsea anymore now on social media. Many people spent the last 2 years making fun of Chelsea spending money, this and that, but now you can see how these players were not bad. Like Cole Palmer, I look forward to see Cole Palmer also in this competition. It's a big chance for him. He's breaking records with the Chelsea shirt. He was in the Euros final with England, so to have him also on international stage with Chelsea now is going to be something special, something magic. How many players actually is unbelievable. How many good players will face each other is something that is going to be super powerful. And Estevao with Palmeiras and future at Chelsea. But Estevao, I think, could be one of the big wow of this competition. In Europe, we don't know this player so well. But if you look at the games, what he's doing with Palmeiras. Last night, I was up late night, and this guy was showing a last-minute free kick for Palmeiras. He's unbelievable, eh? So he has this kind of Neymar sort of magic. So to see him also in the Clubs World Cup is going to be great, I'm sure.
I think this is the quote of the night, huh? Fabrizio Romano staying up at night to watch Palmeiras. I think this is. I think Palmeiras fans will be happy. And we have to speak about the importance of Brazil, huh? While we see like a lot of things happening on the stage, and also the pots are being ready, we see legends, we see presenters, we see the trophy shining as bright as ever. We also have to speak about the Brazilian teams here, because 4 Brazilian teams, the most out of every continent, basically out of every country as well. We have Palmeiras, Botafogo, Fluminense, but also Flamengo. So those are 4 big powerhouses. How do you see them performing?
Oh, very well. I think, as I told you before, I think but I think in general the Brazilian football impact, as I was mentioning before, is really changing. It's not casual to see that they played the Libertadores final between 2 Brazilian teams. Also, of course, Botafogo won, but Atlético Mineiro have a coach in Gabi Milito who knows European football. Obviously, arriving to the Copa Libertadores final is not that easy. Gabi Milito is doing an excellent job, and I think he could be a talented coach for a potential future also in Europe. So this is about Atlético Mineiro. They are not there, but they got to the final, and then now we see Palmeiras being mentioned while we are getting ready. Yeah? So Palmeiras is, I think, a perfect example. We said about Estevao, but how many good players they have and how many they produced. So they are producing talents, but also trusting talents. And so I think we are ready.
I think we're ready. Yeah. The first balls are going to be dropped, so let's go and listen to the stream. And Fabrizio, jump in whenever you want to say something.
Palmeiras Group A, yeah? Palmeiras, we are ready. We start.
So, Gloria, now is everything on you. And it's time to draw the second club from pot 1.
I'll give it a little stir first.
Yes.
Nothing up my sleeve.
Gloria Estefan, legendary singer.
Paris Saint-Germain.
The record 12-time French champions reached the UEFA Champions League semi-finals twice in the last 4 campaigns, meaning they were the second highest ranked European club to qualify via the ranking pathway for this competition.
We have no constraint for this draw, so Paris Saint-Germain, we're going to go on Group B in position B1. Please, Gloria,
again.
Go ahead.
All right, we'll stir again. Out. Aha. CA River Plate.
El Marcelo Gallardo.
After Argentina's CA River Plate made some big money signings in the early 1930s, the 4-time South American champions.
I can see them advancing in the tournament.
The millionaires.
Yeah, could be. I agree.
Cannonball seed 2
depends, of course, a little bit on the group.
In a different quarters, so this is one of our constraints, and the other one is applied to other teams yet to be drawn. So, River Plate, we go in position E1 in Group
I'm reading that Inter Miami
now
the final
again,
will face
Gloria.
Palmeiras because the
Fight
Palmeiras
down.
can
Yes.
compete against any other team
I know,
of the
I
CONMEBOL
know.
group.
Ouch.
So if the information I see is correct, I think Inter Miami will be, they already know that they will be in the group with Palmeiras. So that will be exciting to see William Estevao against Leo Messi.
Fluminense FC.
Now, obviously,
The
we will follow
Brazilian
everything,
Giants were
but
founded in 1902, but
keep an eye
fans
on
had to
Messi
wait over
and Messinho. This is the
120 years
nickname
until
of William Estevao. They
2023
call
to
him
finally
Messinho in
see
Brazil.
their
So we will have
club
the real
champions
one
of South
and the
America.
potential future one.
CONMEBOL seed 3
Change
and
of
4 need to
generations.
be in opposite brackets. This is one of the two constraints. The other one is applied to the other teams yet to be drawn. So Fluminense, we will join Group F in position F1. And now we go. Gloria, again.
Go
with you.
again. Manchester City.
Manchester City became the first English club to simultaneously hold the Premier League, FA Cup, UEFA Champions League, UEFA Super Cup and the FIFA Club World titles in 2023.
We have constraint as well
Oh, do we?
on this draw. Yes, UEFA Seed 1 and CONMEBOL Seed 2 need to be in a different quarters, and UEFA Seed 1 and 4 need to be in a different quarters as well. So Manchester City will join Group G in position G1.
Congrats to
Gloria,
Ale Del Piero
right.
for
To you.
explaining so
One-handed.
much in detail.
It's great. It's great. It's great. But he's used to that. Eh? He's working a lot in TV, as I was mentioned before.
Yeah.
He's very good. As he was on the pitch, he's also off the pitch.
Also
CR
used to live in
Flamengo.
the United States for a long time, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still, I think, spending some part of the year regularly in the United States. He's a big fan of the United States.
World Cup finals.
We have a constraint here as well, so CONMEBOL Seed 1 and 2 need to be in opposite brackets. So Flamengo will join Group D in position D1. Second last for
Okay.
you, Gloria.
I'm going to close my eyes for this one. Ooh, this one was tight. Okay. Real Madrid, CF.
He's Real Madrid.
The reigning European Champions Trophy cabinet is very well stocked with 36 Spanish La Liga titles, 15 European crowns and 5 FIFA Club World Cups, the most of any side in history.
Emilio Butragueño, we saw. I wanted to say
Constraint as
something.
well. So UEFA
Something on
Seed
Emilio
1 and 2
Butragueño
need to be
that
in
is
opposite
nice
brackets.
touch,
Real
but
Madrid
the agent
will
of
be
Eduardo
in
Bove,
position
the Italian
H1
midfielder
in
who
Group
was
H.
in danger a few days ago during that
And
Fiorentina
last
Inter.
one, Gloria?
We can
Luckily,
guess
we had
this
very
one.
good news in the recent days.
Check
He's
it a
feeling
little
well
bit
now, so we are
before.
all very happy.
Okay.
But Emilio Butragueño, the agent of the player Eduardo Bove, revealed that Emilio Butragueño was calling all day long on
FC
behalf of Real
Bayern
Madrid to have information if they could help for
Bayern
Eduardo.
means
So that's a very
Bavarian
nice touch. I'm
Munich.
sure also
The
other
club
clubs
in
did the
the
same, of
southern
course, in
Germany
Italy and out of
Munich
Italy.
is
But
located
once
to
again, the
have
class
record
of a legend of the
two
game like
FIFA
Emilio
titles,
Butragueño
6 UEFA
and
Champions League,
and Real Madrid.
2 FIFA Club World Cups.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Obviously,
That's
we have
fantastic.
no
But also
constraint
Real Madrid,
for,
important to
Bayern
note
Munich
that
will
she
take
just
place
mentioned
in the
it,
last group
record
available, Group
holders
C
of the
in
Club World
position
Cups, but also
C1.
now they will play
That
on the 18th of
concludes
December,
the draw
another
for
final.
part one.
So
Thank you
the
very
last
much,
final
Gloria.
of the old
Yes,
format.
Sam?
18th of
It's gonna be in
December,
Doha.
2 years
Yeah.
in Doha, in the Lusail Stadium on 18th of December, exactly 2 years after that World Cup final between Argentina and
Yes,
France.
there
So
is the remaining
Yeah.
8
important one.
European clubs who are
Of
about
course.
to find out who they will play in the group stage.
We're almost there, eh? Now we are entering into the second
Almost there,
spot, so it's
yeah.
gonna be.
the first spot is always, let's say, boring, no? They just
It's warm
put them
up,
into
it's
the
warm
pots.
up.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And now this is the real deal.
yeah.
Also, they always spend like 25, 30 minutes talking first, videos, talking, music. But now this is
Introducing
the
a
fun
bit.
part.
Yeah,
Exactly. And you have to make the people warm. It's normal.
I agree.
That's
I agree.
that's also the moment where we say thank you and hello to the 3,000 people that are with us today in the stream. Always good to
I
have
like
people,
to see.
no, Fabri?
I look forward to see this guy, Artekoglu, who is doing fantastic for Benfica. Of course, he's always amazing. Thank you guys for being with us. Thank you. As always, we are here, we know, usually for transfers, but today is also a very special moment to introduce you to this new fantastic tournament we will have in the summer. It's gonna be exciting, I'm sure. And now we are ready to see how the groups will be with the second pot.
I'm sure you will do the same. Please draw the first club from pot 2.
Vamos.
Teófilo Cubillas.
FC Porto.
The Dragons were the first official champions of Portugal all the way back in 1922. The same year, one of their players, Simplicio, created the club badge.
We have no constraint for FC Porto that will join Palmeiras in Group A. Let's go to Andres and Ana to confirm their position with drawing the blue ball, please.
Yes, okay, so now the party starts.
So was not
Please,
true about
Maxi,
Inter Miami?
hacenos el favor, por favor,
Inter Miami is in
sacar
the fourth
la bola
pot.
azul.
In the fourth pot, yeah, okay.
Blue
Yeah.
ball.
So okay, so
I
we
think
have,
it was true.
The position
we have
of
some time, yeah,
Group
it was
A.
true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Group A, we have Palmeiras and Porto.
opens their participation in the FIFA Club World Cup against FC Porto de Dragados with a
Andrés
rich
Cantor.
Portugal history, and of course there's a rich history between Portuguese
Legendary
and Brazilian
Argentinian
football.
commentator.
Well, an opening match for Group A. Ale, back to you.
Yes. Please, Teófilo, go ahead. Picking the second team.
Porto have Samo Morodion, one of the best strikers around Europe. Great signing, in my opinion. Good job by the new president of Porto from this summer, André Villas-Boas, former Tottenham coach. He had a very strange career into football. Let's see now.
Chelsea FC.
The
We'll go with
English
Chelsea.
club have amassed an impressive haul of more than 20 major trophies since the turn of the millennium, including the 2021 FIFA Club World Cup.
We have a huge constraint here. A lot of going on.
Everything's all the constraints. All the constraints.
Tell us,
UEFA
tell us,
seed 1
Alex.
and 8 can be in the same group, Paris Saint-Germain and Chelsea. And 2 UEFA seed 1 and 8 can be in the same group, FC Bayern and Munich and Chelsea as well. So we're going to skip group B and C, and Chelsea is going to be in group D. To find out their position, we go
Flamengo,
back to Ana
Chelsea.
Andres.
Grazie, Alessandro, and what fitting honor that Chelsea will know who they play in the hands of Mr. Arsene Wenger.
You know that, if I'm not mistaken, the coach of Flamengo is former Chelsea player Filipe Luis.
That is correct. That is 100% correct. He had like the success story, right? Where he was coaching in the youth team, won everything,
Yeah.
then in the second team, won
They have it,
everything, then the
Flamengo
first team won
and
everything.
Chelsea in Group D, they both still
Exactly.
await to know who they will play in their opening
I love these
match
matchups.
of this FIFA Club World Cup 2025 here in the United States. Momentum
What do
is
you think,
building.
Chelsea fans?
Go
Happy
back,
with
we're going
Flamengo?
back to the main studio.
Thank you, Andres. So Teófilo, you again. Please go to take the next team.
Let's see the next one.
Atlético
Atleti.
de Madrid.
The 11-time Spanish champions have qualified for the UEFA Champions League in each of
they
the
will
last
go into
5
Group E,
seasons,
if I'm not mistaken.
and originally wore blue and white, only switching to their now
Correct.
iconic red and white shirts in 1911.
We have no constraint this time with Atlético de Madrid that will join Paris Saint-Germain in Group B. To confirm their position,
PSG.
we go back to Ana Andres to
Wow.
draw.
Like
PSG
in the
Atletico.
Champions League.
Yes, now
Exactly.
be careful, because Maxi is right next to you. So he's
They
already
played
looking at
2
you
weeks ago,
like
no?
weird.
4 weeks ago?
Okay.
Yeah, last minute win for Atletico and
Atletico.
Paris. Yeah,
Very nice matchup.
yeah. It's gonna be tense.
There you have it. Opening match of Group B, Mr. Wenger, Paris Saint-Germain
Wow.
against Atletico de Madrid.
one,
Two
eh?
powerhouses that keep playing each other.
Two strong European teams, yes, and will be very interesting because Atletico Madrid will certainly challenge Paris Saint-Germain. We have good traditions between Spanish football and French football. Is always very difficult.
¿Qué te parece, Maxi?
Complicado, pero confío en mi equipo, el Atlético, que lo va a hacer bien, con muchas ganas.
Complicated, but confidence that Atletico de Madrid will do a good job. Alessandro.
Definitely a huge game. Please, Teofilo, let's go ahead to pick the next team.
I like this hand raise before every ball that he takes.
SL Benfica.
The two-time European champions were founded at a meeting held in a pharmacy in February 1904 in the Portuguese capital, Lisbon.
So we have no constraint for Benfica that we will join Bayern Munich in Group C.
Bayern Benfica.
To find out the position we
I have the feeling I've seen this game 100
Anna.
times. Bayern Benfica.
Me
They
too,
always
me
play
too.
against each
They
other.
just
To confirm in
they
which
attract each other.
position will Benfica
Yeah.
be in Group C?
Them and Shakhtar Donetsk as well.
Uh-huh.
But I also must say that if people
C4,
are seeing
that
you
means that Bayern
looking
Munich
down,
will
it means
play
that you're
Benfica in their
tweeting at the
last
moment, right?
match
Of course, I am.
You're a working man.
determine perhaps
Posting
who
live,
advances
of course.
to the next
We have to
round.
update on
Exactly.
stage,
Very
but also
historic European
online.
clubs against each other.
Exactly.
Very interesting. You know, we are so exciting because the biggest.
So
club in
Angel Di
Europe are
Maria
here
is going to be
to,
there.
to
Obviously, all the
show
legends of Bayern.
the
That's going to be an
power that
interesting
they
one.
got and,
While we see Yuri
Bayern
Jorka,
and
FI
Benfica,
player in Italy, did fantastic too. In France,
We
of
go
course.
on now, Ale.
We still remember his bicycle
Yes, and
kick
I
goal
move to Teofilo again.
that Inter Roma remained
to pick
legendary in
the-
Italy.
Another team.
And important to say, Angel Di Maria he loves the big occasion. Loves the big occasion. So we can definitely expect some stuff from him as well this summer in the States.
FC
Inter.
Internazionale Milano.
Is
The
Inter.
2010 FIFA Club
Inter.
World Cup winners' iconic red
I think they can
and
throw
distinctive blue and black colours were devised by the artist Giorgio Mugiani,
European
who
teams,
helped
maybe?
found the Italian club in 1908.
Let's see.
We have no
Here we see
constraint.
River
Zanetti,
would be
another
nice, huh?
legend of the game.
Internazionale Milano, and we will join. They will join Group E with River Plate. But
With
we
River
need
Plate.
to find
Yes.
out in which position. So Anna, Andres, to you.
Isn't there a constraint there
Kina,
to
this is a
Argentinian
moment
teams?
of truth. You said football
Is there?
unites the world, so
To Argentinian teams?
Weather this week in Miami, but the tension is bringing back
Inter with
Inter.
Argentina.
Yes.
Yeah.
Inter had several Argentinian
Inter in
players.
Argentina is like this.
Exactly. For Javier Zanetti, who is there in Miami, is going to be a special moment for sure.
Pupi, Cambiaso, now Lautaro.
Four, so Inter Milano
Okay.
is with River Plate. River
Yeah,
Plate being
countless.
represented by its president
El
and former
Jardinero
legend
Cruz.
Enzo Francescoli, Pupi, Zanetti
Sebastian
in
Veron.
attendance as well. Historic
many.
players for their country and their clubs. What a game
Mauro
that
Icardi.
will be. River Inter, last match of Group E, perhaps to go through.
yeah, to
the
define
next-
who is the group leader. Alessandro.
Inter. Who's in?
Who's in?
A difficult game, but as you said, Inter Milan, they are doing very well.
Sinkaja is a former
past year
Inter
and these
player
are
also.
in the
eh?
league, so
He used to
I'm gonna
play
wish
for
them to
Inter.
have a very good
Leonardo
tournament
was the coach.
and to wish them to reach the success in this
And
tournament.
it was right after Inter
It's
won
going to be
the
exciting. An
Club
Argentinian
World
team
Cup, the
against
old
an Italian
format, of
history
course.
in itself.
when
I
Inter
think
won
in
the
the
treble
winter,
under Mourinho.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you guys.
it was in the winter.
Yeah, I
the coach
remember.
was
Again
Rafa
to you,
Benitez,
Teofilo, please
and Usinkajan joined them
go
right
to
after.
the Next team.
Let's see the next one.
Nice music, I like it.
Yeah.
Borussia Dortmund.
The yellow
BBB.
and blacks reached the UEFA Champions League final last
Group
season,
F, no?
and the five-team German Bundesliga
Think
title
so.
winners are the world top of the world, largest sporting clubs with over 200,000 members.
We have no concern for Borussia Dortmund that we will join Group F with Fluminense. We just need to find out in which position, so we go back to Ana and Andres.
Okay, Hussein, please do the honors.
As we can see, they're the same color of Borussia Dortmund.
Yes.
That means we will get a bomba with Juventus
Yeah.
and City or Juventus and Madrid.
That means that Fluminense,
Exactly.
the Brazilian giant, will open against Borussia
Fluminense
Dortmund with their
Dortmund.
fan base. They will need 2 stadiums for this match. What a matchup to begin. Group
That's
F.
true, huh?
Nene,
Two fantastic
see
fan
what will
bases.
be brings
Two
up next.
teams of the people. The history of Fluminense is
thank you
about
again,
being the team of the
and,
people, and of course
now
Borussia Dortmund.
the-
I will be there
the
next week to
afternoon
Borussia
to
Dortmund
you
Barcelona.
again.
I'm looking forward. My first time at the Westfalen Stadium, so I can't wait to see the yellow wall.
You're seeing a lot of games, huh, lately, Fabrizio?
Yeah, thanks to you actually. So
No.
Juventus.
No, but it's nice.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have some time to travel around.
yeah. Juventus, eh? Juventus.
Wow.
Juventus.
For Alex Del Piero is a special draw.
Chosen as the name of their new club by the well-educated teenage school.
Juventus
boys
started a new
who
cycle,
founded
with
in
Thiago
Turin,
Motta,
Italy
with new
in
director
November
Cristiano Giuntoli. So
1897, but you already knew that.
slowly building this new cycle. It will take some time, but
So
I think
we
they
have
can be
no
very
constraint.
confident.
Juventus will
Exciting.
join Manchester City in Group G. We
Juventus,
not-
Manchester City.
We need to know their position, so we go back to Ana Andres.
They will play against each other also
We
in
need the
2 days.
Colombian flavor to
Yes.
draw that ball. Isabella.
And it means also Real Madrid Salzburg in Group H.
Salzburg having a complicated season in Europe, huh?
Yeah.
G4.
New coach, new culture. They're trying to do something different, so probably it's gonna take some time. But
Manchester City again.
usually they know
fantastic
how to do
prospects,
it.
eh?
You know, Ale
Yeah.
Oscar
is,
Glob.
is trembling, but
And I think they have a true, very, very good talent. And I think they have the biggest guarantee possible. A certain former manager, I don't know if people in the chat remember that guy, legend of the game, Jurgen Klopp, who is obviously going to be the biggest guarantee possible for the Red Bull Group, for Red Bull Salzburg, for Red Bull Leipzig. So let's see if also Klopp will travel there to follow Salzburg, playing Real Madrid Group H.
But they will always come back in the second part of the season.
Arsene Wenger and his assessment of this matchup that will finish in the 3rd match day of Group G. Alessandro.
Pretty exciting. So we go now back to Teofilo for the last pick.
I think Del Piero wanted to pick another one for Juventus. It's never easy to face City. I think especially in this sort of competition, I don't know if you agree with me, the amount of players Man City have at the end of the day could really make an impact, could make a difference. It's true that Man City suffered many injuries, so now they are not performing at all at their level. But at the same time, I think I was mentioning that at the beginning of the stream. When you have Man City and Real Madrid, never judge them in December, in November, in October. Remember about Guardiola, Ancelotti, Real, City in February, March, and April. In that moment, you will see the 3-1.
So Group H.
I'm actually super curious to see who's going to perform and who isn't, because it is at the end of the season. You don't know how clubs will approach it. They can be in super form and go to the States and remain in the super form, or they can finish the season badly, for example, and then you come. And then you also have a chance to kind of reinvindicate yourself. So now also with Juventus, also important to note, Weston McKennie coming home. So United States, I think for Juventus also from a marketing perspective, if we look at it a little bit like this, no, United States very powerful. For Juventus is a top move, this one, but for other clubs as well to position themselves.
Round, Jury, this is a nice matchup between the
Sai in the chat asked, bro, don't you get a copyright strike? The answer is no, because we're streaming this officially with FIFA. We have the rights, official partner, broadcast partner of
That
FIFA.
would be
so
crazy,
thank you for
come on.
joining us. Yeah, we wouldn't do something like that. So
Yeah, no, never. Always be respectful.
someone in the comments
Yes,
says all South American teams are dead. Do you agree?
Wonderful job. Suppose it's
Let's see. Let's see. I'm not sure. For example, Palmeiras Porto, I think could be a balanced game. Just to give you some context, yes, Flamengo with Chelsea is going to be tough. Dortmund Fluminense, I think at the end of the day is going to be tough for Fluminense. Even if Dortmund is a crazy team, Dortmund can go to a Champions League final and then arrive 7th in the league. So it's not the first time we see this. River Plate with Inter, I think it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very tough. Also because it's not the best moment for River Plate in general. It's probably a moment after an incredible era under Marcelo Gallardo at the beginning of the Marcelo Gallardo era. He's been legendary. He's been fantastic coach. Now he returned, but before rebuilding that kind of top squad with his own ideas, it's going to take some time. So probably for River, it's not going to be easy. But let's see which other clubs are going to join the group. So we will have obviously the overall view in few minutes when we go to the next 2 rounds of the draw. But yeah, it's not going to be easy for South American clubs. I think probably Palmeiras with Porto at the moment are the ones who are in a better position and they can try to compete. Porto are still very good. Of course, it's never easy, but I think Palmeiras have not a bad roster. And then there is this topic, about the players. Like Estevao is formally a Chelsea player from 1st of July. So what's going to happen there? Now between the clubs, and there is Palmeiras, of course, at the Clubs World Cup. So what my understanding is that in the verbal pact they did between clubs, Palmeiras had sort of guarantee of William Estevao playing with them the World Cup and then joining Chelsea. So from end of July, August, obviously, we'll have some vacation, some holiday before joining Chelsea. But let's see, you never know. Sometimes you can go and say, I want this boy with me. I pay the money. Or maybe Chelsea can say, I prefer the boy to play 90 minutes every single game, even for the value of the boy, for the development of the boy, instead of having him maybe on the bench at Chelsea with all the top players they have in the squad
I hope you're all
right now.
feeling very refreshed. And
I think as we're also waiting for the next 2 pots to be drawn, you touched upon a super interesting topic because that's actually what I was going to ask you.
Contracts.
Like but this summer is also super late, so it's June and it's pushing July. How does this affect like the market values as well of the players, but also their next moves? Is something going to be different here?
I think yes. Always when we have this kind of competitions, it'd be a normal World Cup, between national teams, or this one with the FIFA Club World Cup, is always going to have an impact on the timing because many clubs probably wait before doing some moves. Then some clubs can try to anticipate that. For example, in Italy, it's official from last week that Serie A decided to approve a small transfer window before the official one starting in July. There's going to be a small, quick transfer window from the 1st of June to the 10th of June, if I'm not wrong. I remember those dates. And in that moment, for example, the clubs, Inter, Juventus, will have the possibility to register new players, to extend contracts. And so, for example, if a player is out of contract on the 1st of July, they can have an extension for 1 more season and protect the player to have him at the World Cup. So, they will have this kind of solution. I'm sure all the other leagues are working in that sense too, to make sure they can arrive to the World Cup with the best team and roster possible.
This is the first time, though, that we see a club tournament, though, in the summer, because I'm sure you remember in 2021 when Argentina won the Copa America, Leo Messi played while he was out of contract, actually, for Barcelona. But now this is the clubs playing, so it will be super interesting to see. But more on that later. Let's go see the balls being drawn by Adriana Lima, former supermodel.
Botafogo.
Yeah.
And she's drawing a Brazilian team, of course.
The idea to form Brazil's fresh
the Brazilian team in this moment.
Was first made
the Brazilian
in a note passed between 2 friends.
Winners of the Copa Libertadores.
Class of all things at Rio de Janeiro school in 1904.
So we have a constraint because Botafogo is in the same confederation as Palmeiras, CONMEBOL. So
I think they won only 2 games out of the last 13 games.
We need to
and
find out
one of them was against
their position and confirm their position.
Yeah.
We go to Andres and Anna.
This group is tough,
The Red Bull.
Super tough.
Yeah, now
It's super tough.
That group is starting to give me the chills.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be a group of.
It's going to be very difficult for all of them. Botafogo is a terrible client to have in your group. The owner is John Textor. John Textor, who is the same owner of Olympique
Botafogo,
Lyon, Crystal Palace, the Eagle Group,
that crowned
having
themselves
many
World
clubs in
Copa Libertadores champion
Europe too.
last Saturday and can win the Brasileirao this Sunday when they play Sao Paulo. So it could be a very happy week. Maxi, what a story about Botafogo, no? Una gran sorpresa.
It's crazy. What he's mentioning is actually really important. They won the Copa Libertadores. They can win the domestic league against Sao Paulo, and then they will have the opportunity to face Real Madrid in the Intercontinental Cup in Doha on the 18th of December. So Botafogo could have an incredible couple of days of weeks winning 3 trophies, and then they will be there. Imagine what does it mean for these boys to face Paris Saint-Germain, Atletico Madrid. It's gonna be great. They also have a player who has been an important player in Europe, like Alex Telles, former left back of Man United and many others. So special opportunity also for him. That's it.
Al Ahly FC.
From Egypt.
The reigning African champions were named club of the 20th century after the Egyptian
Huge club,
Giants
huge
won
fan base.
25
What we see here
absolutely.
from all these clubs,
titles across
all these Brazilian
the
teams, even the
years.
European teams like Dortmund,
No
Benfica,
constraints on
Porto.
Al Ahly.
Now these
We
teams as
join
well.
Palmeiras and
Al
Porto
Ahly,
in Group
huge fan
A.
base.
We need to go back to Ana and Andres to confirm their position, withdrawing the red ball.
So you're telling me that's also the group of Inter Miami, Group A.
Yes, that's what they told me before. Let's see if my information was correct, but I think yes.
A3.
There you go.
Tres
Al
puntos.
Ahly of Egypt, who's in a historic club from Egypt. They're dancing now in Cairo that they know that they will play. And wait until they know who they play as
Yes.
A4.
Not only from Egypt, also from.
So
the
you know, as
continent
Andres
of
Cantor
Africa,
here
you know,
confirms
the past
A4 will
dominated
be Leo Messi.
the African football together with Wydad Casablanca and Esperance of Tunis. And I think they will get or the chance to go through the second round because they are a very good team.
Ale?
Yeah, we can move forward again with you, Adriana. Please pick the next team.
See.
CA Boca Juniors.
Oh,
Boca.
The badge of Argentine club CA Boca Juniors features 7
Edinson
sports
Cavani,
stars,
let's see.
one to represent each of the men's senior teams,
here we have
trophies,
Riquelme.
including 6 CONMEBOL Libertadores titles.
Group C would be fantastic, huh?
We have no constraint for Boca Junior that will join Bayern Munich and Benfica in Group C. We need to find out against who they're going to play their first game. So, Ana,
So
Andres,
the
let us know, please.
Adidas group.
Calma. Respira profundo. We inhale.
Yuri.
Exhale.
Un saludo a Juan Román Riquelme, nuestro presidente, Cassini, Chelo Delgado, legends of our club.
Grande giocatore.
Grande, grandissimo giocatore, grande squadra.
Ale.
Everyone is there, huh?
Yeah. It's okay, it's okay.
You put pressure on the ball.
Yes. There you
Finally,
go.
finally. You need always to take your time for the big club and big game. C3.
C3.
So it's confirmed. It is an interesting group,
will
eh?
open against Benfica. Will
Bayern,
also play Bayern
Benfica,
Munich. Those
Boca.
Two of the three gentlemen
Historic
that
clubs
you
only.
see in attendance, our president Juan Román Riquelme and Chelo Delgado played against Bayern Munich in the final of 2001. They played, of course, against Real Madrid, November 28, 2000. And this will be
You
another
are very
matchup.
excited.
Yeah, Boca fan, no?
Benfica
Andres
and
Cantor.
Yeah, you can see that.
Cali.
Yeah, you can see when someone speaks like that,
Thank
you
Andres.
can
I'm
see that.
impressed all the time. I mean, Andres, you know everything.
He's a walking encyclopedia.
And also Angel
and
Di
I
Maria
love the
against
energy
Boca, eh?
that you guys have gotten at the studio. They're really bringing the three.
Di Maria
Very
against
nice
Boca.
angle there.
So, Adriano, if you
All
just
the
like to
Argentinian boys of
step
Benfica,
forward
they have
and
Gianluca
take the
Prestiani,
next ball.
Heiser the right wing, so several Argentinian players. Also the connection between Argentina and Benfica is always special. Otamendi, of
Do you see
course,
that they
captain.
do you see that they show their hand before they take a ball?
Yeah,
Club Leon.
Club
It
Leon
was
from Mexico.
victory against LFC in the 2023 CONCACAF Champions Cup final that secured not only Club Leon's first continental crown, but also the Mexican side's place at the tournament.
So we have no constraint for Club Leon that will join in Group D, Flamengo and Chelsea. And which one of these two teams they're going to play
Flamengo,
their first
Chelsea,
game, Anna and
Club Leon Group
Please,
C.
mister.
D4.
D4, that means Leon will play the opening match against Chelsea. A big hello in the other studio to its president, Jesus Martinez Jr., Luis El Chapo Montes. What a player. What a legend.
We have the Group C here, Club Leon,
Around
Chelsea,
Manuel Sol.
and Flamengo
What a
waiting for the
group
final
this is
one.
shaping up to be for Club Leon.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough group, but you always want to play with the best team, so against Chelsea is gonna be a big game.
Definitely a great opportunity for La Fiera, Alessandro.
Yes, we are halfway for pot 3. Please, Adriana, go ahead and pick the next team.
Let's see the next one. We are starting to have an overall view. You can see already many teams there. So, preparing. Monterrey.
CF Monterrey.
Mexico again.
Five-time CONCACAF
Monterrey.
Champions Cup winners are known as Los Rayados, or the Striped Ones, in reference to the Mexican club's traditional navy blue and white striped shirt.
There's no constraint for Monterrey that will join River Plate and Internazionale
So
Milano.
River Plate,
in Group
Inter,
E.
Monterrey.
Let's find out the
We have
first
some
game.
former European
With
players.
you,
Oliver
Anna
Torres
and
was
Andres.
at Sevilla, Lucas Ocampos,
Yes,
of
now
course,
we have an
Sergio Canales.
Argentinian.
They have
Now
quality, some
they
Argentinian
have
player.
Mexican, but sorry, Manuel. I
Very
know you want to
Argentinian
draw
group,
this
eh?
ball, but please,
Group E
pick in
with
runners.
River Plate, Inter,
Mind if I-
Ocampos. Is going to have the chance to play against many other Argentinians with Monterrey.
Rayados de Monterrey, of course.
Yep.
E3.
E3.
E3,
Sergio
Monterrey
Canales.
will play Inter Milano in the first match. A nice storyline in this group is that Monterrey is now coached by Martin De Michelis, whose previous club and first job as a first team coach was with Club Atlético.
That's also a good point.
Where obviously
Martin
he
De
played.
Michelis
So it's a nice
was
story.
fired by River
Martin
Plate.
De Michelis will
and now
play against Inter Milano. Of course, he worked in Bayern Munich in Europe, played in River, and he gets River and Inter Milano for his Monterrey so far.
Yes, interesting group. An
De
Italian,
Michelis
an
probably
Argentinian,
remembers
and a
the
Mexican.
Champions League
Wow,
final
that sounds like a true
2010.
party, I have to say,
Bernabeu,
Alessandro.
Inter Bayern. He was playing next to Van Buiten.
Adriana, please.
About Argentinian players, Diego
The next
Milito
team.
was a nightmare that night. For Bayern.
Vikinger
now-
says, we appreciate the stream, Fabrizio.
Thank you guys. Thanks to all of you for joining us. Trying to have some fun for this big
Ulsan
competition.
HD.
From a
Ulsan.
banking for seat in Korea
Korea.
Republic, Ulsan HD have won the AFC
South Korea.
Champions League Elite
Yeah.
twice and have been crowned champions of their country 5 times.
We have no constraint, so Ulsan will join Fluminense and Borussia Dortmund in Group F. We need to find out their position, so back to you, Ana Andres.
Hussein, your turn. A Moroccan hand.
Diletta,
Let's go.
your countrywoman.
Group F. Yeah,
Would
a
you-
lot of
would
Italians, Del Piero, Diletta.
Yeah. A lot of Italians. Would you like to do something like this
Against who they're gonna
ever
play.
in the future?
The first game.
Why not?
Like this,
Why not?
hosting a FIFA World Cup draw in a suit?
And now
Why
we
not?
know
Why not?
Ulsan of the Republic
Let's
of
make it
Korea
happen.
will open against
Maybe
Borussia Dortmund.
Maybe it's gonna happen.
Ulsan
Who knows?
is the second
For now, we are with
youngest
our friends
team
of
in
YouTube.
this
We're always
competition.
loyal every day.
And who
Streaming.
can forget
Yeah, of
the
course.
memories of World Cup 2002, South Korea, Japan.
Interesting group, this one, huh?
Alessandro.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yes,
again.
could be fun.
And, Adriana,
It's the
please
feeling that
go
could be a
ahead
funny one with many goals. Yeah.
Next team.
We have Al Hilal, which is a super strong team, huh? Whoever
Good
gets
luck
them,
with Al Hilal, eh? Good luck.
if they come in Group G, big problems, huh? For City and Juve.
I agree. Let's see.
Wydad
Wydad.
FC.
This is Group D,
The
Group G.
2022 African
G, yeah.
Champions name actually translates into English as beloved, which
You know
is
what that means, huh,
appropriate
Fabrizio?
for Morocco's
We're going to
most
see Neymar
successful
versus Mbappe in the United States.
We have no
Real
constraint
Madrid.
also
Al
for
Hilal.
Wydad that will join Juventus and Manchester City in Group G. We are coming to you, Ana Andres, to find out in which position.
Yes, Isabela, por favor.
What a group, huh?
Yes, what a group. Great opportunity for the African champions.
D2.
So Wydad Casablanca will open against Manchester City.
And
they
this
also
Real Madrid
draw
Al Hilal
Juve.
Salzburg
They
is
are
going
one
to be
of the
very
most
interesting. Yeah?
Fervent fan base of
Very
Morocco,
interesting.
of Africa, of world football. Hussein
A lot of
is
interesting
going to be-
matchups.
if they bring
Of course,
all of them,
Mitrovic,
we
but
need
also
to fill
Milinkovic
11.
Savic, Ruben
That's
Neves,
Cancelo.
Koulibaly.
What I wanted to tell you,
Bono.
football is not only about players, it's also about fans.
Former
And I think
Barca
this
player João
competition
Cancelo is
a
also
good
gonna be there.
opportunity to the world to discover how huge, how exceptional are the fans of Wydad Casablanca. So I think the team will be able to count on
I think
them.
they have a chance, huh?
And also
I've
I
seen them
wish,
play
to
a
Wydad
few
I
times,
hope-
and
I
they're
really hope,
super strong.
as the Moroccan national team
Oh,
performed
you
in the
mean-
last World Cup.
Yes,
Al
it's
Hilal.
starting to take shape.
agree.
Alessandro.
I agree.
So
I
we
think
are
they have a chance
missing
too.
the last team.
I hope Neymar
the
will be
last
fit.
group. Adriana, please.
For the competition would be amazing to have Ney in good conditions, showing his
This
magic
is
once
always,
again.
huh? I hope Neymar will be fit. I think now it's taking for way too long with the injuries, and we really miss him
Al Hilal.
and his magic also off the pitch.
Al
So
Hilal, which
on and off the
means
pitch.
crescent moon in Arabic, have won a record for Asian titles, including the 2021 crown that earned the Saudi Arabian club a place in this amazing competition.
Al Hilal will join the Real Madrid and Salzburg in the last group available, in Group H. Let's find out in which position with you, Ana Andres.
Manuel, otra vez,
Okay.
te está viendo mal
Actually, I
Carlota
think
porque es una
now they are
huge
stronger than
diehard
Salzburg
Real
today,
Madrid fan, so
I think Al Hilal are better than
100%,
Salzburg.
100%, 100%. Do you see 40,000 Moroccans traveling to the States to watch Wydad?
Al Hilal,
That
Real
would be
Madrid, talk about storylines.
Fantastic. Against Pep Guardiola.
Neymar, Okraki, Neymar.
You know you have a lot of Moroccan
will play
fans.
against Real Madrid, the
I know,
opening
I know,
match
I
with Al
know.
Hilal, which is full of
African
stars.
in
Also,
general,
FC
so it's
Salzburg,
always
Austria.
special to
Wow.
feel their passion for the game.
yeah, oof.
This
Now
kind of competitions
I'm starting to
actually
see
really
the-
help,
the-
no?
the
To
groups.
connect with each
I
other.
don't know which one is going to be the
Thanks
group
for
of death, but I'm sure everyone
the
on
pitch.
social media is starting to
That's
talk
gonna be
about
special.
it.
Sí.
Alessandro,
Sí.
how you know already.
I've seen some rumors before a
There's
few weeks
more
ago
than one,
that
to be
Ronaldo
honest,
would
very-
join Al
very
Hilal
tough.
to play the Club
Actually,
World Cup.
Everyone
What is
tough.
true of those
I don't
rumors,
think so.
Fabrizio?
That's what we're
With,
here for.
this
I don't think
quality
so.
of
I don't think it's true.
teams and but
I don't think
with
it's
this
enough said.
last
From what
row,
I'm hearing.
we
From what I'm
conclude
hearing,
top
Cristiano
three.
is in talks with Al Nassr to
Exciting games coming
stay
up,
there
so
to
we
extend
know
his contract.
which groups the first 24 clubs are going to play in. But what about those in pot 4?
Now we go with the final
These
teams,
are the
no?
final eight
We already have an
teams
overall,
who
an overall
will make
view.
history at
the
FIFA
main
Club
ones.
World Cup 2025.
Yeah. All the groups have
me check.
taken shapes.
Okay, now we have pot 4. It's interesting, eh? We have Urawa Diamond.
This is very mixed.
Alain.
The champions of the Asian Champions Cup.
Yeah. The Esperance from Tunisia. Also gonna be African Passion. Mamelodi
Mamelodi
Sundowns.
Sundowns from South Africa.
Pachuca, Mexico again.
Also Mexico, 3 teams.
True. Yeah. Seattle Sounders.
Yeah.
And then the ones you were mentioning before, Auckland City from New Zealand. So, and then of course
And
we
Inter
already know
Miami.
where they are going first group. Inter Miami. With Leo Messi, with Luis Suarez, Sergio Busquets, Jordi Alba, Javier Mascherano as new coach. So it's going to be
So
nice to see them.
I think this will give a huge boost also to the tournament, but also for the fact that, of course, Leo Messi has been laying down the groundwork a little bit for the past 1.5 years for football in the United States. And now for him also to be joining this tournament, I think that will be fantastic for the whole tournament as a whole, no?
Yeah,
to have such
absolutely.
a player.
Absolutely.
But also Luis Suarez, legendary striker. Always people mention Messi, but you also have to mention Suarez, in my opinion.
100%. Suarez and Busquets, and there are many legends.
Four MLS Supporters Shield winners will represent the host country at the FIFA Club World Cup 2025 here in the United States. They will open the tournament in Miami on the 15th of June next year.
Inter Miami will join Palmeiras, Porto, and Al Ahly in Group A. Let's confirm their position. We go back to you, Ana and Andres.
Interesting group, this one, huh?
mira,
Without a
el club de tu
European
amigo,
giant.
Lionel
Very interesting.
Messi.
Yeah, anything can happen there. Gonna be interesting.
Maxi Rodriguez.
Grande Maxi.
4.
Okay,
There we
opening
have
One of the
match.
nicest guys in football.
15th, Jorge Mas
Top guy. Yeah.
now knows the future of Inter Miami. What a great story this team has been in MLS. Al Ahly is going to be the first match. Porto and Palmeiras. Yuri, talking about the MLS, you played here. It has grown 20 years ago.
20 years ago, I was the first.
Fabrizio, some comments suggest that you look like Messi
And what the league has
in
become.
the chat.
My left foot, maybe.
Now they are.
Not my face.
Yeah.
It's the moment for MLS, with the Club World Cup and the FIFA World Cup in 2 years is really the moment, and the league really.
People ask you, what don't
I'm
you know,
very
Fabrizio?
glad and
As you
proud
already
to be
told them
part
that
of,
Inter
MLS,
Miami will be in Group A.
players.
And your team is playing the final on Saturday.
Yeah, but that was
That's
just
gonna be a
technical
beautiful
information, but
match,
that was
so
good. That was
mark
good.
your calendar.
I'm not good at
because
predictions,
this
you
is
know, so
the new
I
era
would never
of the
risk.
Club World Cup. So Inter Miami is gonna open the Club World Cup next June 15.
Nice group, this one. My prediction
2025
is
against Al Ahly. Ale.
Inter Miami and Porto next
Yes.
stage.
Thank you, guys. So
Yeah?
please.
You see Inter Miami progressing?
Go
They have
ahead.
to improve the squad, huh?
Keep
From what I've
the
seen, they have
I
to
agree,
improve the
but-
squad a little
But I
bit.
think they will. I think they will. That's my feeling.
Paul Pogba?
I don't know, but I think they will. I hope for them. Would be nice to see Pogba in this competition. I really
Yeah,
hope
would be
for
top,
Paul.
would be top, would be top.
I would love that.
City
He's training in Miami,
FC.
so Auckland.
The New Zealand side have won the OFC Champions League 12 times, including 7 successive titles between 2011 and 2017.
We
Some
have a
background
constraint,
info there
so
from
Auckland City
Diletta.
will not join Group B because the group is reserved for CONCACAF team Seattle Sounders FC, and will join Group C in position C2.
Okay.
But,
So
to confirm the
Auckland
position, we
Group
go
C.
back to you, Ana Andres.
Oof, Ale, I want the Kiwis to bring the haka to the United States. Can you imagine them doing the haka against Bayern Munich? It's fitting, no? So
Oh,
please,
so
Judy,
with the
confirm.
Bayern,
Let's help us
Benfica
confirm
and
the
Boca
position of Auckland City FC.
I'm struggling with small ball. Who did it back?
Attention,
Yes,
attention.
yes, yes. Okay.
Who's the strongest player
For Auckland.
at Auckland City, Fab?
The game will be C2.
Difficult, no, to say?
There you have it. Bayern
have many.
Munich
Auckland
will
City and
open
Auckland.
against Auckland City.
Yeah.
I'm looking
They
at the
will get to
roster.
play Boca Juniors and Benfica. The
I don't really recognize
player
any
has
names.
Worn the jersey of Auckland City the most in their history.
The biggest is
Emiliano
Derek
Tadeo of
Derek
Argentina.
Tieku.
So he will get to play Boca Juniors, Benfica, and Bayern Munich. Ali.
I think
Thank
it's
you
gonna be
again,
very tough
so
for them, to be
let's
honest.
go move
Very,
forward.
very
Still,
tough. Yeah.
Romero and select
Enjoy.
the third team.
If you're a player of Auckland City, you get out of your continent, and it's not like the old format, you know. You play only one game and you're out. You play against Bayern, you play against Benfica. in the United States, you have a training camp probably. You get to change some shirts. For them, it's fantastic.
Espérance means hope in English and comes from the name of the cafe in the Tunisian capital in which the four-time African champions were founded in 1919.
Espérance Sportive de Tunisie will join Group D because we will skip Group.
You have free for me, huh?
As
that's what
in Group D, they
I'm
will
looking.
face Flamengo, Chelsea, and Club
Alex
Leon.
Del Piero
Let's
said
confirm their
Seattle Saunders
position
will go to
with
Group
you
B.
guys, Anna and Andres.
Okay.
So just so I can learn.
That's what I was thinking.
Espérance Sportive de Tunisie.
Très bien.
Espérance.
Magnifique.
Très, très magnifique.
They need a lot of hope to make it through that group.
Wow.
A lot of hope.
They do. They do.
And while we're discussing, Nico is putting balls up in the chat, so
I hope their
vote.
campaign doesn't start like that because they open against Club de Regatas Flamengo.
I see Chelsea Flamengo.
What can we expect?
I think it's quite clear. Because Club Leon can compete, but I
as I said
think
before,
Chelsea and Flamengo will go
African football together
the two
with
big
the
favorites
two other
of
teams,
this.
I think they got a chance. They got a good
100%.
chance to go through the second round, and they have a good team, good coach.
So that completes Group D. Espérance Sportive de Tunisie.
Magnifique.
Good. Magnifique. Alessandro.
Merci. My French is
It's
done.
amazing.
So Romero, please go ahead and select the next team.
Mamelodi Sundowns FC.
The South African club pride themselves on their attacking style and are known as the Brazilians in reference to the team's colors.
No, I think it's going to be Group E.
Constraint here, as we say before, Group B is reserved for CONCACAF team Seattle Sounders, and Group E is constraint applied to other teams yet to be drawn. So Mamelodi Sundowns, we will join Fluminense, Borussia Dortmund, and Ulsan. In Group F, we come to you, Ana Andres, to confirm their position in F4.
What a random
Don't
group.
lose that one.
And super colorful as well.
The last African team.
Yeah.
So I think we will.
So we have a
well
South African
represented
team, a Brazilian team, a Korean team, and a German team. Anything can happen here, but I think we all go for Borussia and Fluminense.
Open against Ulsan. Mamelodi Sundowns being represented here by its longtime president, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, who is also the CAF president. Welcome. Good luck to one of the most storied, historic teams of beautiful South Africa. They know their fate in this FIFA Club World Cup 2025. They call themselves the Brazilian because of their colors, and see who they get. A yellow team from Germany, Borussia Dortmund, and a Brazilian team, Fluminense. Alessandro.
Thank you again. Please,
So
Romero,
Group B,
back to you.
yeah, as we say,
Select the next team.
with PSG at the bottom over.
Yep. Pachuca will go to Group G. Urawa Red Diamonds.
Urawa Red Diamonds.
Red Diamonds.
The Japanese club won the 2022 AFC Champions League final to claim their third continental title and with it a place at this tournament.
We have only one constraint. We skip Group B, as we said before, and the Urawa Red Diamonds will join Group E with the River Plate, Monterrey, and Inter Milano. Please, Ana and Andres, confirm their position in the group.
Yes, please help us, Vikina, to confirm the last one in Group E.
I love Japanese fashion, so let's see if they bring their game.
In that group, I think it's going to be Inter and River Plate. Even if Monterrey, I think, can compete with River Plate.
They'll bring their fashion, they'll bring their fans, they'll bring their football, and they will open against River Plate.
But Fabrizio,
of
you know how these
Argentina.
tournaments go.
They'll
Huh?
get
It's not
Monterrey and
about
Inter Milano.
River against Monterrey. It's also about
What do we
River
know
against
about
Brava
this
Diamond,
Japanese
clash of
teams? Japanese
styles.
teams are
All of a sudden they lose or they drop a point.
Japanese football has moved
Inter
forward,
as well, huh?
very
Complicated as well. But
This,
I think
club
Inter
was a
will be
big
the clear
fan
number
base
one.
in Japan. It's
This
a
is
big club potentially in Japan.
They have the
gone
strongest
recently
squad
through
here,
a
but also the
difficult
strongest players.
patch in their league. I spoke to them last
And we
night.
don't know
They
anything
probably
about
want
Urawa
to
Red
come
Diamonds.
back stronger next year and to strengthen the team in the next transfer window. So they can be a good surprise.
No pressure to the president. Back to you, Alessandro.
There's one player
very
that I
good.
know.
Thank you.
Former player
Again,
of Barcelona.
Romero, please go ahead.
Hiroki
and
Abe.
select
Okay.
He's with them.
Okay.
Next team.
There is Gustafsson, who is former Torino midfielder. Used to play for Torino.
I see also Brian Linsen.
See now?
Used to play in the Eredivisie.
Seattle Sanders.
Seattle
FC.
Sounders AFC are one of the dominant footballing forces in North America. They became the first USA team to win the CONCACAF Champions League in 2022, which is how they qualified for this tournament.
There's no constraint for Seattle.
We're almost there,
to
huh?
join Group B with both
Almost
Atletico,
there.
Atletico de Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain. To confirm their position before we come back to you, Ana Andres.
Alain.
So,
Yes, what a
white ball,
what a
please.
beautiful opening match
Interesting.
for
Alain
Seattle
and Pachuca
Sounders
left.
against Botafogo. 69,000 fans at Lumen Field will be electric. Please, Carlota, help us to confirm the group.
Alain with Real Madrid and Al Hilal would be good, huh?
It's going to be nice. Yes. Yes, yes.
If it happens.
B4.
There it is, the confirmation. And as Anna said, Seattle Sounders are one of
Wow.
the key
This group will
teams
be-
from MLS by
Good luck for
historic team
Seattle.
From North American
Yeah.
football.
You know
from
the
US
movie, eh?
soccer.
Sleepless in Seattle?
Congratulations
I
to
think
them
they will be
on
sleepless
qualifying
after
to
this
this
draw.
tournament, and wow, what a treat for that fan base
Yes.
that is one of the best. I mean, all of the fan bases in MLS are great, but Seattle Sounders
Seattle
is
is
probably
special.
special and the oldest,
That
perhaps.
group
With Pedro de la
is
Vega.
the group of death.
It could be.
Former
Wow.
Lanús.
Back to
England.
you, Ale.
Thank you, and we have left 2 more teams. So Romero, please go ahead. And let's see which one between Alain and Pachuca
Let's see.
will be.
Alain.
Ain FC.
The club from the United Arab Emirates won its second AFC Champions League Elite earlier this year to clinch a place at the tournament as the reigning Asian champions.
Group G for
Alain.
Alain with Manchester City, Wydad and Juventus. We need to confirm their position in the G3. We come back to you, Ana Andres.
Ooh, look, Isa. She does Premier League
Not
every
easy, huh?
weekend here in the United States. So
Not
let's
easy.
I agree with
the
you.
Manchester City group.
Group G. Manchester City, Juventus.
Not easy for
Yeah.
anyone.
True.
I think Vidal is maybe a little bit out of place here, but Alain is champions.
Three,
I saw them
Alain
play
will
a little
open
bit
against
last year.
Juve.
I think
They get
Crespo is
City,
their
they
coach.
get Wydad. Yuri,
What
this
was-
is shaping up to be a very, very tough group as well.
I think he left, huh?
Very good. I love the quality when we see all the
If I
groups of
remember
the
well.
clubs. So interesting that they can compete. each
You know
other
way more
and,
than me.
We will see. I'm so impatient to watch.
Yeah,
them.
yeah, he left, he left.
And almost done, Alessandro.
Exactly, almost done. We have one team
Now it's
left.
Jardim.
We go with Romero.
Former Monaco coach.
Yeah.
If
Not bad, huh?
last ball.
Not bad, also this group, Real Madrid, Salzburg, Al Hilal, and Pachuca.
CF Pachuca.
CF Pachuca
bad,
has
not
won
bad.
the CONCACAF Champions Cup 6 times, including the 2024 crown that clinched the Mexican team a spot at the FIFA Club World Cup 2025.
Pachuca will complete the last group, Group H, with Real Madrid, Al Hilal, and Salzburg. To confirm
So we
their
have it all
position,
now,
we'll
huh?
come back to you again.
Pachuca have a very serious
Mexican
attack, you
hand.
know,
How
with
fitting.
Salomon
Grupo
Rondon,
Pachuca's
with
watching you,
Idrissi,
Manuel.
former Ajax, former Sevilla as well.
They can create problems, huh?
H3.
Yeah, some problems.
There is
Borja Baston, if you
confirmation.
remember.
Club de Football
some time ago.
Pachuca
Absolutely.
will open against Salzburg in a group with Real
problems,
Madrid
but I
and
don't think
Al
too
Hilal.
much problems.
A big hello to Jesus
I think
Martinez.
Al Hilal and Real
But
Madrid,
you know
clear favorites,
Pachuca
you
is
know.
one of the most storied
100%
teams in
agree.
Mexico. They have done a terrific
Good
job.
draw for Al Hilal,
with
eh?
not
At the end,
only
you
the
play
club,
Real Madrid,
but
which
the
is very
Hall of
prestigious, and
Fame
then you also have the
and
chance
other
to go
initiatives
through.
to help
So
people in
it's an exciting
Pachuca
draw
and all of
for
Mexico.
them.
They play Real Madrid.
Yeah.
It's going to be a huge game against Real Madrid.
And
Carlota is not
exporting
happy.
players also. So, yeah, I don't. This is a great opportunity for Grupo Pachuca, Los Tuzos, who always bring a party. Ale.
Thank you, and thank you, Romero. So, what a draw.
Amazing.
What a draw.
Football fans all over
What's
the
your
world
favorite
are
match,
going to
Fabri?
be
Yes,
talking
yes.
about all
What's your favorite
these
match?
There are many.
match-ups. So
Many,
thank
many,
you so
many.
much.
I'm
also
really
to you
excited to
guys.
see,
You were amazing.
for
I love the
example,
way
Real
you
Madrid Al
kick the
Hilal.
ball.
I think this one,
Like
every
Exactly.
time I've been in
viral.
Saudi, they told me, Al
It's
Hilal is the Real
everywhere.
Madrid of Saudi. They always told me people from there. So now they have the chance to face Real Madrid. Neymar, I
And to
hope, is
prove
going
it.
to be fit. It will be, yeah, exactly, exactly.
For me,
So,
so I don't care about the European teams. Like I mean, the European matchups like PSG, Atletico, Juve, City, we see it all the time in the Champions League. So this is fine for me. Inter against River Plate is one that I'm really looking forward
nice
to,
one. Too.
and Bayern Munich against Boca Juniors also super nice.
Good. But also Borussia Dortmund, that group, the group F, is very interesting. So it's gonna
Chelsea,
be, it's gonna be an
Flamengo.
exciting one. Yeah.
Yes.
No, there are many.
That's-
There are many.
This is what we were talking about, no? About the different clashes between different styles. Juve against the
Cultures,
Moroccan
yeah.
team. Alain against Man City. So I think it's cool. I think it's super cool.
True. I agree.
Who should we watch
No,
out
that's
for?
nice.
Who's like your outsider?
Good question. Oof. Let me check again. I stay with Al Hilal. I stay with Al Hilal. I
Okay.
think they could be the real outsider. I think they could do something special in this competition.
Quarterfinal special? Or you mean semi-final special?
Quarterfinal, I think, is really possible, but who knows, eh? If Neymar is fit and all of them arrive in good conditions, with all the big names they have, but also players who compete in Europe also with their national team, like Milinkovic Savic, Ruben Neves, they are used to compete at this level. Plus those who obviously do with their own African national teams, Bono, Koulibaly. It's a super interesting mix of players. So, and then a fantastic fan base. So I think that could be dangerous for many European clubs.
And no restrictions, huh? In terms of use of foreign players, of course, like as they have in the Saudi Pro League. So here they can play with whoever they want. They have many super players. So I agree. I'm looking forward to this one. I'm also looking forward to see how Botafogo will be doing. And of course, I mean, this is a little bit the wild card of this tournament. It feels like, but seeing Leo Messi in this kind of tournament, you know, and they have this mentality of the big tournaments. Him, Suarez, Busquets, Jordi Alba.
Yeah.
Once they get into the important phase, they switch their mind on. So
I agree.
they become
And
different
probably
players.
they will sign also new players. So to build the squad in a different way, to include more players who can be competitive at that level is going to be interesting. So I think many clubs will start making some moves on the market also to arrive in this competition in the best way possible. So looking forward to that. It's going to be special.
I want to address one thing. So someone says in the chat, how did Fabrizio know about Inter Miami? Surely it's fixed already then. This has one very simple answer, and that is the fact that Inter Miami, because they're based in Miami and Miami is the host city, we're always going to play in Group A. So once Palmeiras was drawn in Group A, we knew already, okay, this is going to be the group with Inter Miami. Just to clear a few things up.
Yeah, of course. No, I didn't know anything else, guys. Forget about it.
And,
But yeah.
And that is it for the stream, no? I think
Yeah, no, it's
it
been
was a
special.
very positive draw, and
It's been
of course
super
the guys at
exciting.
home. Fabrizio mentioned it already. If you're looking forward to join and get into the action of the
You have the
FIFA
link.
Club World Cup, you have the link
Yeah.
to register your interest. So
Go for it, guys, because as I told you before, many legends, many talents, many beautiful clubs, many different cultures, fans from all over the world. So the excitement is there. Get your tickets. If you can't, everything is streamed for free on the zone. So everything is exciting, I would say. So looking forward to that, and good luck to your club, guys. Enjoy, and see you soon. Thank you, Abi, for joining me. As always, remember to follow him for everything. And we see each other, guys, again here soon on stream with all the updates.
thank you, Fabri. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao.